Man, only 3 more weeks of football. This season, I feel like it went by quick. Maybe it didn't. I don't know. What's up, guys? It's Wednesday. You know what that means when it's Wednesday? It means picks. So, my dad's not here. So he's not able to give you his picks and why he made his picks. But I have a feeling I understand why. Right now, here is where we're at with records with me and my father. My dad's right here. He is 120, 84, and 2. I'm 124, 80, and 2. So I have a 4-game lead on my father. We have 3 weeks left. This week, there's a few picks that we go differently with. So, without further ado, let's jump into this shiznit. There's one Thursday game, there's 2 Saturday games, and then there's a bunch of Sunday games like usual. So, we're going to start with tomorrow's game, which is the Chargers going to Kansas City to face the Chiefs. Now, the Chiefs had a hard time with the Baltimore Ravens, and the Chargers had a little bit of a difficult time with the Cincinnati Bengals. We would have thought that the Bengals would have handedly taken this one. So, my dad is going with the Chargers because he thinks that the Chiefs are starting to fall off, and I don't know why he took the Chargers. I'm taking the Chiefs, though, because the Chiefs are home. Chiefs play completely different when they're home, so I'm taking the Chiefs at home. Next, we have the first Saturday game at 4:30. It's the Houston Texans facing the New York Jets. And me and my dad are both taking the Texans. The Jets and the Bills had a really good game last week. They both fought very, very hard. Jets won by 4, but we're both going to take the Texans. I like the Texans' defense. I like their receiving core, and I like the way Watson is playing, so we're going to take the Texans. Next, we have the Cleveland Browns going to Denver to face the Broncos. My dad is taking the Browns. I'm also going to jump on this hype train and take the Browns. The Browns have been very inconsistent this year, but they just beat up on a Panthers team who I think is on now a 5-6 game losing streak. So me and my dad are both going to take the Browns in this one to beat the Broncos at home. The Broncos did lose to the 49ers. So, and a lot of people were like, watch out for the Broncos to make the playoffs, but after losing to the 49ers, I'm kind of like, then we'll start with the Sunday games. We got the Packers traveling to Chicago to face Bears. And me and my dad are both going to take the Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears beat the Chicago Bears beat the LA Rams. So the Chicago Bears team is nothing to laugh at, guys. Really, they're really playing hard. I think this is like after that Dolphins loss, I think this team completely turned it around and really got their stuff together, especially on the defensive line. So me and my dad are both going to take the Bears in this one. Then we got the Detroit Lions going up to Buffalo to take the Bills. My dad's going to take the Lions in this one. The Lions beat the Cardinals last week, but it was like a game. You know, it was the Cardinals, but so you beat them. So my dad's taking the Lions. I'm going to take the Bills in this one. I like the Bills at home. I like what their defense is doing at home, and I like what Josh Allen's doing. He's progressing. He just needs to work on his accuracy. Next, we have the Bucs going to the Ravens. Me and my dad are taking the Ravens, even though the Bucs did give the Saints a hard time last week. Me and my dad are going to still take the Ravens in this one. We think they'll win. But just so you Dolphin fans know that are watching this, we want the Bucs to win this game. So if the Bucs can pull off, a crazy turnaround, we want the Bucs to win this game, but I honestly think that the Ravens will take this game. Next, we got the Cardinals going to Atlanta to face the Falcons. Me and my dad are both taking the Falcons. Cardinals are playing like garbage. On to the next one. Raiders head into Cincinnati to take the Bengals. My dad is taking the Raiders. He thinks they're going to be hot off if that Steelers win. I am going to take the Bengals because I think the Bengals with Mixon have been playing really well. So there's another difference. So there's that. Then you got the Tennessee Titans heading to New Jersey to face the Giants. My dad's taking the Titans in this one. I'm going to take the Giants. I like the way the Giants are working together. They beat the shit out of the Redskins. I understand that they had Sanchez in and then they put Johnson in, but I still like what the Giants are starting to put together, and Odell should be back, so I'm taking the Giants in this one. We got the Redskins with Mark Sanchez and Josh Johnson going to Jacksonville to face the Jaguars. My dad is taking the Redskins, but I'm taking the Jaguars. I don't think they're set at quarterback. I don't think either team's really set at quarterback, but the Jaguars just have the better defense, so I'm taking the Jaguars in this one. Next, we have the Cowboys heading to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. Dolphin fans, we want the Cowboys to win this one. I'm taking the Cowboys because I like the Cowboys defense. I love their front four. I like how they're getting at the quarterbacks and making these sacks. Dad is taking the Colts. I'm assuming he likes Andrew Luck and the way the offense is playing at home. But yeah, Dolphin fans, we want the Cowboys to win this one. So I'll be rooting for the Cowboys in this one. Next, we got the Seahawks, who just beat the Minnesota Vikings at home on Monday night, 21-7, taking on the 49ers, who beat the Broncos at home. I'm taking Seattle. My dad is also taking Seattle. We like the way they're playing. We like the way they're working, especially coming off a nice win against the Minnesota Vikings. Then we have the other 4 o'clock game. There's a lot of 1 o'clock games I've noticed just looking at the schedule right now. There's only 2 4 o'clock games and about 8 to 9 1 o'clock games. And we got the Patriots going to Pittsburgh to take the Steelers. My dad is taking the Steelers. I'm also taking the Steelers. I think the Steelers at home play completely different. Then we have the Sunday night game. We got the Eagles, who are just decimated with injuries, especially in the secondary, going to LA to face the Rams, who are probably really mad after coming off that loss to the Bears. Me and my dad are both taking the Rams in this one. We think that they're going to light it up. And then we have the Monday night game. Saints at Panthers. The Panthers are just on a skid right now. They're playing like poops McGillicuddy. Me and my dad are both taking the Saints. The Saints, looking at that Saints-Bucks game, you were like, holy crap, it's 10-0 or 10-3 at this point. And then the Saints were like, all right, let's stop playing with our food. And they beat the crap out of the Bucks. So me and my dad are taking the Saints in this one. Then we got the big one for us Dolphin fans. We got the big one. We have the Miami Dolphins traveling up to Minnesota to take on the Vikings, who just lost to the Seahawks. Now, I'm going to break down what the Dolphins need to do to beat the Vikings, but my dad's taking the Fins. Who am I taking? I'm taking the Fins. There's some aspects of this Viking team that the Dolphins can take advantage of. There's also aspects of this Vikings team that really scares the shit out of me when it comes to this game. So we'll see what happens especially when it comes to injuries, because I know Richardson got hurt in the game against the Seahawks, so I don't know if he'll be playing against the Dolphins. But we'll see what happens when it comes down to my breakdown on Friday when it comes to injuries and all that jazz. But me and my dad are taking the Dolphins. So comment below. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know who you guys are taking. Let me know what you think of our picks, if we're dumb for not picking your team, or if we're cool for picking your team. Speaking of comments, let's get to your comment of the day. And this one comes from Mac99High. I hope I said your name right. And he asks me, does this change your opinion if they should bring Tannehill back with a contract restructure? Now, this is on the video where I talk about the post game of the Dolphins and the Miami Miracle. That game, with Ryan Tannehill as the Dolphins starter, this past 3 weeks, we've scored on the first drive. He's had 100 plus passer rating. He's been playing really well. He's been getting the shit beat out of him. We lost to the Colts, but the other 2 weeks we won. I don't know if he would. Why would he take a payment? Like, the more the season going on, if you've been with me since jump and you've watched all my videos, you've seen my evolution of my thought process. As the season goes on, I do more research and I listen and I talk and I do things. I said we restructure his contract or we cut him. And then I saw the free agent quarterbacks that are out there. Besides Teddy Bridgewater and the possibility of getting Joshua Dobbs and Derek Carr, it's like, ugh. And there's a lot of needy quarterback teams out there. So, you have, Joe Flacco, Eli Manning, Blake Bortles. You're like, ugh. Ryan Tannehill's better than the 3 I just named. And you might be like, well, Joe Flacco won a Super Bowl. What has he done since? Shit. So then when it comes to restructuring his contract, if you say to Tannehill, look, we want to keep you, but you need to, 26 million is too much for you. He'd be like, all right, then I'm going somewhere else. And someone else will pay him. So it's like, I want to keep him, but I don't want to pay him 26 million. But like the last 3 weeks, he's been playing so well that you're like, we'll get money somewhere else, So if he will restructure, fantastic. You're a team player, and we appreciate the shit out of you. If he doesn't, then it's a hard decision Miami has to make. At this point in the season right now, I don't know, because I'm looking at his stats and I'm looking at what he does when he plays, and it's like, he'd be a good backup if we drafted a quarterback and all of a sudden the quarterback started lighting it up and playing like Patrick Mahomes. Then all of a sudden you have Ryan Tannehill as your backup, and you're like, Patrick Mahomes, if this quarterback that we draft get hurt, Ryan Tannehill can step in and win us 5-6 games until our quarterback's back, Hope that answers your question. I know I kind of like jumped around the question, but I feel like I kind of answered it. Follow me on Twitter if you're not following me on Twitter. I tweet out a ton of things. Especially when there's news on the team, I tweet out, give my opinion on things. I'm also replying to your guys' comments. I also do that here. I love reading all your guys' comments. So, be sure to comment below. If you notice, for the most part, I try to go through and read all your comments and put a heart next to it and put a thumbs up. So I read your comment. If I can't get time to answer it, go to my second channel. Check it out, The Bit Boys. We just put out 2 scenes on my channel and UTK's, which I'll also link in the video. But we put a scene out that I worked on very hard and I wrote. So if you can go over there, check it out, give it a thumbs up, comment if you liked it, and see if you want us to do more stuff over there. And also check out the video games we play. Subscribe if you like that stuff. If not, that's cool. Just go check it out. You never know. Give this video a thumbs up, because this season has been ups and downs. After this Patriot win, it's kind of going up. Let's see if we can keep that trend and jump on the Vikings after their loss. Give this a thumbs up, because the Dolphins still have a really legit chance, even if they lose to the Vikings. Beat the Jags and beat the Bills, and then they still at 9-7 still really, really, really have a chance. And then being 9-7. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. I do these videos 4 days a week. Maybe even 5, depending on if it's OTAs, training camp, if stuff happens. I do these videos for you guys. So subscribe if you're not subscribed already. I will see you guys on Friday with my preview of the Dolphins heading up to Minnesota to take the Vikings. But other than that, see you guys soon. Stay classy. But you guys are classy. Classy bunch of people. You know what? Fins up.